Let me show you the best affordable smartwatch in the market with a flashlight. And by best I really mean it, because I literally ordered 6 different watches basically that has this inbuilt flashlight. So there are actually different models similar to this, and actually out of all these, this particular one was like hands down the best, so like 2 or 3 times better than the rest, also with the brightest flashlight. So inside the box we do get the watch itself, also a magnetic charger like this, quick manual over here, your strap. By the way, I ordered mine in this orange version, so but actually after receiving basically the strap, it doesn't actually looks, the color doesn't look as premium basically as in the pictures, and I highly suggest you to get the black version with a black strap. So I'll leave the exact link where I got mine from. Personally, I only paid like $16 for mine, so less than 20 bucks essentially. So I'll leave a link where you can get it, and also maybe I can get some extra coupons that you can use on AliExpress to again get for maybe like $17 or $18, something like that. So again, this is very inexpensive essentially, and again this is that orange version essentially. If I had to purchase again, I would simply get all black one. So when it comes to the build quality, it's actually superb. So on the front basically of this watch we actually get nice metal ring here. And also the display quality on this watch also is superb, so it's very bright if you need, and also the colors also are actually really decent, and we actually have very nice watch face. Obviously you can also go in your phone app to change for a different watch face, but again the selection from the watch face actually is really decent on this watch. Personally, I prefer this watch face as it gives me probably the best information overall. When it comes to build quality, again, for this price, actually, I was pleasantly surprised actually when I got this watch. And also we actually have a speaker here on this watch, and obviously a microphone as well, so we can make phone calls. By the way, I have used this watch as my main watch for a week already, so I have used it already for some time, and yeah, basically I think it's actually a great watch. So let me show you what we can essentially get. So we have this like power button and like scroll wheel essentially. So, and over here we also have dedicated button for the flashlight, so if you hold it you can actually turn on the flashlight, and the flashlight on this watch is incredibly bright. So also I have a much more expensive watch. For example, I have this Garmin Instinct 3, which costs like $400, so I paid 400 euros for mine, and also it comes with flashlight, but actually the flashlight on this like 25 times cheaper watch is more brighter and better, also with better runtime. So again, the flashlight is absolutely amazing on this watch. And this is the brightness of the flashlight. So as you see, it's actually absolutely insanely bright. As you see, it illuminates everything extremely well. And also the spread is very nice, so it illuminates like large area as well. And yep, overall the brightness, so this is extremely impressive actually. And this is brightness outdoors. As you can see, it can also reach very far away. As you can see, it pretty much illuminates, yeah, pretty much my whole house over here. Also what's great, we can actually change the modes for the flashlight as well. So if you simply like shortly press it, we have this SOS mode. Again, as constant light, and also like a flashing light. And again, simply we can hold the button turned off. Again, compared to other watch I showed you basically at the start, basically on pretty much none of those watches the flashlight brightness actually came close. So pretty much on all of them the flashlight brightness was maybe like 3 or 5 times less bright. Also on most of them you couldn't actually turn on the flashlight with a button, so this again very advanced watch. So when you swipe like this, you can actually get access to your basically quick menus and last things you actually have done on this watch. So you can very easily access things. For example, the last thing I actually did on this watch is probably open timer, and again I can quickly basically go in my timer to launch it again, or again some other stuff essentially. And then also if you press this button you can also go into the various apps essentially. So let me show you what we have essentially here. First, activities. So basically you have your step count for the day, calories, and also we have step count history, and also we can see our step count for the past 7 days. So you can see I actually have used this watch. And when it comes to the step count accuracy, again I also wore my Garmin Instinct 3 for basically for like maybe 3 or 4 days on the same wrist as this watch essentially, and the step count was identical on both, so that also was quite surprising to me, because usually these cheap watches actually have terrible step counters. But again, this matched my Garmin maybe, and the error was only like 3%. So again, this is incredibly like basically impressive. So you can easily purchase this watch and know that the step count actually will be decent actually on this watch, because on other watches again this stuff rarely ever like works decently. But again, also what I like about this watch is actually how incredibly smooth the system is. So everything's pretty much instant. Also the touchscreen response very fast, and again there aren't any errors or stuff like this essentially. Also again, we have a bunch of features here such as sleep tracking. So I actually do not wear this watch for sleep, so I can't really tell you how good or bad this is. Maybe I have worn it and taken for a nap. I'm not sure why it's actually displaying that. Also, we can track our heart rate here, so it has this heart rate sensor, but again, probably it doesn't come close to like actual like really decent expensive watches probably when it comes to that. So I generally do not really care about this health tracking. So I mainly use my watch to simply tell time, date, again the flashlight, so that is my most used function basically on this watch. And again, the flashlight is actually better than on my literally like 5 times more expensive Garmin. And by the way, I'll be selling my Garmin again, because yeah, this watch obviously cost me less than 20 bucks, so I'm going to cash out basically on this as I finished making all those videos about it. So yeah, basically, and this does really everything that I actually need, so basically the same as this much more expensive watch. Obviously also we can basically make calls here as well, so basically needed to be paired in the range. Essentially your phone has to be to make a call, and essentially we can dial something here basically, and if you press call, as you see, it actually starts to place a call through my phone. And again, we can easily talk. The speaker and microphone is actually like decent enough to do this. Again, we have exercise tracking here as well. So let me show you what kind of exercise we have: walking, running, cycling. This watch obviously doesn't have GPS internally, so you actually have to have your phone in range if you want to track. Also, you see the activities we actually get here are quite plentiful as well. Also, we can see your exercise records, past we have done. Stress tracking, this also appears to have, so I haven't really tested that. I do not really care much about the stuff. Oh, also basically the weather app also is actually really decent, so you can see your current temperature and also the forecast for the next days. Again, compared to other watches, only on this one you could actually get this kind of nice like information basically for the next days. On others you could only see maybe literally for just today, but not for the next day. So again, this watch out of all of them, again it's really number one basically. And again, we can also receive our notifications, control basically our phone camera here as well. Also we can play our music basically as well if you have your phone in range, so since it has a speaker. So I won't show you that at the moment. Compass, also that appears to work actually. Okay, and also AI assistant as well. So again, but you need to have your phone in range, so it will fetch through that. Also a very nice timer, and also what's great and much better than other watches, basically you see if I launch my timer, I can actually go out of this timer and the timer still will be running in the background as it should be. On those other watches you couldn't really do this. So as you see, basically if I go on my last things, I have my timer and it's running in the background, so it's actually great. So I absolutely love the timer, so it's really just as it should be essentially. On those other watches you could only start the timer or the stopwatch and you actually had to be in this like basically window where you have your timer running and you couldn't exit out. So very frustrating on those other watches. Alarms, we can set multiple alarms here, stopwatch, cycle tracking if you need that, dual time zones. Also you can find our phone, even a calculator here as well, so works like a decent calculator, so on your wrist, absolutely awesome. And bunch of settings essentially. So When it comes to brightness, as you see, basically I actually had it basically on pretty much that lowest brightness. So yeah, the screen is insanely bright. So as you see, pretty much it blows my camera out. So my camera has some problems because it's so incredibly bright, the screen. So I have to keep it basically on the minimum. As you see, still it's, yeah, superb. Again, watch face customization, so we can change our watch faces here essentially. So these are some that we already have on the watch, but we can download more in the phone app. Yeah, out of all these, actually I have found this to be probably basically the best over here. Again, settings, we can change our languages, also low power mode, and that's about it. Oh, also when it comes to the battery life, basically I charged this watch once I got it, and I haven't charged it actually since. So, and I have around 30% still. So again, I have worn it for a week already, and I still have 30%. And basically I have used the flashlight pretty much every day for like 20 minutes per day, so something like that essentially. And flashlight runtime I also tested basically once I got it basically. So on a full charge you can get 3.5 hours basically of runtime from this flashlight. So on this mode, essentially the brightest one, so which is absolutely mind-blowing. Because for example on my Garmin Instinct 3, this watch, again the flashlight is literally like 5 times less bright, and it only has 2.5 hours of runtime. And again, this watch, again 25 times more expensive than this one. So again, it's, yeah, the flashlight is, yeah, it's actually mega impressive. So out of all these watches, this again has the best flashlight, yeah, basically hands down. Okay, and if we scroll basically like here, we can see our quick menus here. So again, pretty much like we can access some settings, again basically the most common used settings. And if you swipe like this, essentially again you can see your notifications over here. And also if you swipe like this, you can see your tiles here. So again, those activity, weather tile, player tile. Again, we can add more these like heart rate, sleep tracking tiles, like stress tracking. So I have like removed them because so they don't clutter up it for me. And yeah, basically also this watch face, you see, actually pretty darn good. So when it comes to the phone app, it uses this Duffy app. Not sure what kind of weird name that is. So we can see our step count, so for the week essentially, so how many steps we have done basically on the past days. Also we have this basically activity activity meter essentially here as well. So basically it shows how active you have been during the basically days as well. Okay, so sleep tracking, heart rate, stress, weight logging. And again, we can also get some kind of like workout programs, even here some videos, so you can watch, so for some training. Again, pretty cool actually. And also we can see our past workouts here as well. And okay, so you see, we can see information here, and I have 29%. So again, in 1 week, again, I haven't charged it basically for a week, and again still has 30%. So I imagine if you actually do not use your flashlight, this could last maybe almost like 3 weeks on single charge, which is absolutely amazing. Because for example, like Samsung Galaxy Watch or Apple Watch can only last maybe like 2 days really. So again, the battery life is insane actually. So again, I have verified that actually has got good battery life. Okay, watch face, basically we can see, let me show you basically how it looks like. So we have a bunch of categories for the watch face, so you simply select something from these categories and then you can send over. So the selection is incredibly huge. There must be like maybe like over 100 different watch faces, maybe like 200, something like that. Basically a lot of different watch faces. And yeah, overall I'm so impressed with this watch that again I'm going to sell my Garmin watch, so to cash out essentially, get money back for it essentially, and keep this watch. Again, it really does everything I actually need. So again, flashlight is better than on pretty much any like smartwatch that is on the market, so it's insane just how good. Also step counter is very good, so again on other watches they are usually garbage. Again, battery life very good. Also the system is very smooth, and again I love how you can actually like control everything quickly here, basically from the quick menus. And again the system is actually like super smooth. So again, if someone basically were to tell me that this watch costs like $100, basically without hesitation I would believe them, because it actually is super smooth. Maybe the only negative again, maybe the design of this like orange parts, maybe they look kind of childish basically, so not the most professional. But again, I'm thinking actually about ordering another one of these basically fully black, so without these orange things. And maybe also with a metal strap, so you can also get this with a metal strap if you basically select them. And yeah, overall I can highly suggest this watch. So again, if you're a basic user who doesn't really need the highest best quality like health tracking stuff, best heart rate sensor, then really this does like 99% of things. And again, it's mega cheap. I'll again check the description, I'll leave basically the cheapest place where you can get it. So if you are like new user, so if you basically follow the link, as you see, you can even get it for a bit over $10 only. So but again, simply like click the link I'll leave in the description and to lead you to the exact listing. Also again, we can get it for example with metal strap here as well, so different strap styles and different basically colors and stuff like that. So if you follow the listing, again I think this is actually directly from the manufacturer, that way also it will be the cheapest place where you can essentially get it. And overall, yep, I'm actually very impressed with this watch. So again, if you're looking for one of these watches that actually has got insane flashlights, then again, basically from all I tested, the flashlight completely destroys everything else on the market. Absolutely awesome watch. Anyway, good luck everyone.